Hawkman 24, rather validated rating. Fernando Passaran on the art. Take it away.
Oh, so this picks back up on the the story that Venditti's been telling about Qatar Deathbringer, and so they end up. This is the place beyond the void. This is where they were bringing all those people from the planets when he was Qatar.
Back in the first arc.
Right in the first, and basically he has to come to terms with that's not who he is anymore, and yet time has gone on differently here. And then while he's fighting, these first the people that he brought there who are basically slaves start attacking him. The wingmen that he was the leader of realize who this is, and it's the one that betrayed them by sending them here. So him and Shira get to team up and take them all out. So it's a really action oriented issue.
Passaran kills as well.
Yeah, and then Shira gets her memories as well.
It's a great emotional beat early on where, he asks, how much do you remember about all our past lives? And she's like, I'm not sure. I always thought there was a bit more than just this life, but I've never been certain. And she's like, looking at the big monolith and being like, it kind of feels familiar.
It feels
but I don't
familiar,
know what
but she can't put her finger on it. And then
he mentions, hey, no, this was in my first life, and assuming hers too. And she goes, you were there, let that anchor you. And you just have this close up couple of panels of her remembering from that meeting from the first arc.
Yep, and then you look and there's a bunch of other Hawk women, like we got with Carter. These different moments of them together.
And it's her kind of having just that moment of realization and kind of realizing, just how deep their relationship is again.
Yep. So, yeah, just the beats of him realizing where they are and then the place beyond the void, and then him basically getting beating all the wingmen because he still is Qatar Deathbringer. Like he's still the one.
Oh, he can take him out, and she can take him out too. And she's making fun of him, being like, "Hey, if you trained this army, couldn't you have done a better job?" And he's
right.
Like, I didn't know I'd have to fight you.
Right, and then at the end, the one that's responsible for all of this, he's the what's he called, the god beyond the void or the voice.
But just before that, we have the last Deathbringer standing, who has Shara. He has her by the throat.
That's right.
And he's like, you drop that mace right now, or I'll just crush her throat. And she has a great line because he's hesitating, like not sure what to do. And he just said, she goes, "Why is this peacock still clucking, Carter? Stop overthinking." And then he just throws the mace at his face, and it's gorgeous.
Yeah, and then we get to the big bad, and man, I feel like we're getting towards the end of something, and I don't want that because I'm enjoying everything that Venditti's doing here.
I know. I'm trying to find the name of it. It was the Lord Beyond.
The Lord Beyond the Void.
The Lord Beyond the Void. And this issue, because the last 11 issues or so, I don't know if we had an annual in there or not. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Have felt very not separate from that first arc, but that first arc was this 12-issue epic origin.
Yeah, and then it tied in to what's been going on with the Year of the Villain, and it's been bringing in the supporting cast that we associate with Hawkman.
These various things, and then you get to this issue, and it's all like
throwback.
Like this could have been right after the first arc, essentially, barring the relations.
Well, it's built up Shayera again, and why she's so important to Carter, and that's what those have done. And then here it ties her into his past as the original, the redheaded woman that righted him, that basically led to him having to repent all those lives that he put away.
Like following up on that first arc, essentially a full year's worth of issues later. I think it's slightly longer because of the break, but in terms of the issue,
it's up there to me with Aaron's Thor and how he laid the foundation with the God Butcher stuff.
That was actually a good comparison because it had this first arc that was phenomenal, and you kind of go, well, he's never going to top this.
No.
And then over the course of the saga builds on it in incredible ways, and by the end, that's not the highlight of that run.
No, it's pretty high.
But
up there,
it's still
right?
it's still a great standalone story, but it's not the
Right.
high point of the run like
No,
you thought
but
it would have been.
and everything comes from those first, that first arc. And I feel like here, maybe he's not writing towards the end. Maybe this is just the start,
I mean,
right? And now they're on the same page.
in a similar comparison, that story that Aaron had there, that was 11 issues, I think.
Yeah.
And then at a comparison, roughly similar point to this would have been almost the end of that first book, the God of Thunder book.
Right. Got Thunder 25. So
yeah, so it would have been
Yeah.
going into, all right, we're going into the next stage of the story, but
Right.
by no means the end. If this
Yeah.
is Venditti shaping up for a 60 to 100 issue run, I'm
yeah,
here.
and it is.
Oh boy, this is so good.
Yeah. So I went back and read some of the first Rand Thanagar stuff, and Hawkman's always been this weird character that kind of feels like he doesn't have a place, and I feel like Venditti's finally giving him that place. He is the historical guy, but he's also the space guy, and it's weirdly he is kind of DC's Thor in that way now.
He kind of is.
know?
And I love that we're doing this here now, and we know in a few issues' time we're going to be dealing with the JSA.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so excited for everything this book does. It's even if I don't rate it the highest this week, because it's a very good week, it
Right.
remains top tier as one of my favorite ongoing DC books.
Yeah, and it helps too that always gets the good art, like you said. It's Passarin here.
There's a great 2-page splash right as they're about to go into battle, the two of them flying out next to each other, and it's just so good.
Yeah, and this really leans into the cyclical nature of these two, that they always have each other, no matter what, and that she'll be there, and she's the whole reason he is who he is now, and they're gonna face this together. It's just, I mean, from the time that first issue with the Stone Ape, right? It keeps delivering these epic moments, and this one's no different. Like you said, with them suiting up.
This is a book where, like I say, that first arc was fantastic, and it is probably a quintessential Hawkman story for the ages at this point.
Yep.
And I thought, okay, that might be the high point of the run overall, being that one artist do this whole 12-issue story that was this epic origin that spanned millennia. But then now we're here, and I'm like, oh, that's just kind of the beginning. Yes, this feels kind of like an ending in some senses, that we're closing off this chapter of this run, maybe by coming back to the Lord Beyond the Void and dealing with that here. But we know the book's not ending. We know there's more to come after this, so I'm excited for what it's going to set up next.
Yeah. Well, see, now I compared to Thor, and now I'm seeing a lot more there, and now this is just my wheelhouse, because you also have all the Hawkman stories, just like you have all the young Thor stories. Because I don't know where you left off on Thor. I don't know if you ever finished.
I finished it, yeah.
Yeah, so there's that story of Loki basically messing with Thor to keep him on Earth with his with the Viking wife that he had, and him being responsible for her death and going to Valhalla, and Thor
that was in the last part of the run, right?
Yeah. And so I feel like that you could tell a story like that here with Hawkman, and it's weird that I was in quality comparing it to what Aaron did with Thor, and telling this whole layered story.
Storytelling mechanics. There's actually a lot of similarities.
There's a lot of similarities.
Journal for these past lives, like we did with the before. Maybe we'll do some future Hawk stuff at some point.
Yeah,
me.
I would love that. Yeah, because you had the whole character in the Batman Beyond universe that I love. That was he was all metal, Hawkman. And he was called Warhawk.
Yeah, I think he showed up in. Was it Death Metal?
Maybe no, I can't remember.
When they went to the future. When
he did, because it was all the Earths with the Commandy.
Yeah, we had
them
with the
team. That's right.
There.
That is, he did. So, but yeah, I'm still loving this book. It's my favorite. So, I'm gonna give it an 8.5.
Yep. Another 8.5 for me.
Yeah.
Cool. That was a thing.
It was. You should be reading it.
It's missing out on the best ongoing book.
The best ongoing book.
It is.
Batman.
And I say that as a Superman fan that's enjoying Superman and all that stuff, but his Hawkman is a delight every month.
Yes. Well, I mean, I mean, both me and Matt are missing out on the best ongoing book. Red Hood's a thing, and Connor gets to read that. So.
How dare you?
So-
How dare you, sir?